How many of you watching or listening to this right now struggle with balancing work while being present with family and friends during the holidays? If that's you, you're in the right place because I see you and I feel you. I have had those moments many of times in my past where I'm sitting down at the dinner table, trying to be present, eating the turkey, passing over the stuffing, and my mind wants to be somewhere else. It wants to be thinking about business, those emails, those projects, those deals that are coming in. All it wants to do is think about those things when I'm surrounded by love and such a beautiful moment and experience. And there have been times when I get out of that experience after the Thanksgiving dinner, after the Christmas party, that I realize I wasn't even fully present. And I'm more disappointed in myself because I recognize how special and important these moments are, but they've already come and they've gone, and now I gotta wait until next year. And so I wanted to record this podcast, this episode, to help encourage you all, to help you be more present in the holidays as they come up and they come quick. And so in today's episode, I wanna dive into why it is hard to disconnect during the holidays, the long-term ROI of rest, how we can incorporate micro breaks for our mind during the break, how the breaks can actually positively impact our relationships, and then stick to the very end because we're gonna hit on practical strategies for easing that post-holiday anxiety when you're finally getting back into work. How do we make it so frictionless, so free-flowing, so easy, where it's not all this, oh, I'm back to work. I don't know where to start. I have all these things on my to-do list. I want to make it exciting for you. And so stick to the end and we'll get into that. So why is it so damn hard to disconnect? Entrepreneurs, we thrive on this always on culture, and we feel like there's always more work to do because there is. And so we always want to be doing something. We feel on Saturday mornings, even spending 2 to 3 hours on emails, that's getting a leg up. Even during the holidays, when we know the rest of the world is resting and recovering, we see this as an opportunity to get more work done because no one's going to be bothering us. It's like the week between Christmas and New Year's is like this slept on, hyper-focused productivity week where no one is bothering you. Everyone is caught up taking the break, spending time with their loved ones, which I'm all for. But there's an easy part of us that wants to use that as like this hyper-focus mode where no one's going to bother us and we're just going to get all these things done. So that makes it hard for us to disconnect because we are always on. We always have things we're working on. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. I had a moment this morning before I got into my day where I'm like, I am excited. It is Monday morning when I'm recording this and I'm excited for the week ahead. That's a great feeling to have. But I also recognize the importance of being able to turn it on and then being able to turn it off. Let's also call out that our work is dopamine. We get a sense of feeling of accomplishment and excitement by completing tasks. It's addictive. You write out that to-do list, you just want to keep craving, chipping off more things. You're seeing, the return almost immediately as you're completing these tasks, completing these projects. Money's coming in the bank. Things are happening for the business. It's dopamine. It's exciting. You want to see more of it. That makes it hard to disconnect. There was a Stanford University study that showed that multitasking drains energy and reduces effectiveness. And I wanted to call this out specifically for those that are going to try to get things done while even being in the midst of these holidays with family and friends. You're actually shooting yourself in the foot. You're not getting more work done by running to the bathroom to answer that email or while you're at the dinner table scrolling under the table. It's all hurting you. And so it's so better to just fully commit when you're in these environments, in these spaces. I'm here with family and friends. I might as well be present. This doesn't happen every day of the year. This barely even happens probably once a quarter because I'm always working. I'm always doing things. So I might as well enjoy the time because you know what? I've earned it. And a reminder, disconnecting isn't lazy. It is essential for sustainability. I am all about the marathon, not the sprint. Slow, steady, smooth progress over a long period of time is what breeds results. It is important for me to disconnect, to have these breaks during the holidays, to spend the time and enjoy it. Because inevitably what I can't measure and realize is that I am actually recharging. The battery within me is recharging. It's important to slow down and enjoy myself. Let's talk about the long-term ROI of rest. Entrepreneurs, we love ROI. If it's positive, it's green, we'll do it. If it's gonna put $1 in, get $6 back for our business, we're in. But when we start talking about our own well-being and our rest, we just wanna sit in the red because we just want to get more things done. But let's talk about the ROI of that rest. Rest is an investment. It's not a luxury. It is important to us. It's like giving our brain a rest day at the gym, right? Those of you listening that are active and work out, you know the importance of taking rest days. Even those that may not have a very big active lifestyle, you also understand the importance of taking rest days. Why not give ourselves the rest days for our brain? If anything, it's easier during the time of the year, during the holidays, because everyone else is doing it. I sometimes try to strategically line up like taking vacation or breaks during times of the year when I know everyone else is doing it, because it actually creates a sense of calmness within me because I know everyone else is slowing down. No one's going to be hitting me up about partnerships or deals. My emails are going to be less active. My texts are going to be less active. It's easier for me to commit. So it should be theoretically easier during the holidays to commit to the rest because we know the rest of the world is collectively resting. And what better time for us to do the same? Is also a great opportunity to improve creativity and problem solving. We've been working on things and seeing it one way and just constantly just chipping at it one step at a time, one direction. That break can serve as a reset. I've said it time and time again. My best ideas come not when I'm sitting at this desk, not when I'm sitting in this beautiful office that I have that I'm so grateful for. My best ideas come outside of this room. They come when I'm in the run club. They come when I'm walking our dogs and idea just hits. They come in the unexpected moments. And so creating the time and space to rest increases my creativity, increases my problem solving as I start to see my problems from a different lens. Huge ROI. Holidays equal a mental reset button for better clarity and long-term results. These holiday breaks can also serve as the perfect time for reflection and gratitude moments. It's obviously the time of year where we're just creeping up on New Year's, right? And so everyone's going to start talking about 2025, right? This is a perfect time of year to not only reflect on what we've learned this year, but also take a moment to appreciate all the things that we can be grateful for. I literally have the word gratitude on my right thumb as a daily reminder as I'm moving about my day and I grab the cup of coffee, I set up today's studio for the podcast, whatever it might be. I oftentimes forget it. I see it, but I forget it. So this is a great time to really take a moment to do both. Reflect on the year, celebrate those small wins, all of those things that have led you to being where you are in this moment, the good and the bad, and then also taking a moment to have gratitude for the things and the people in our life. Gratitude improves mental health and it reduces stress. That's coming from the positive psychology study. Let me say that again. Gratitude improves mental health and reduces stress. How many entrepreneurs listening right now could benefit from both? I'm imagining every single one of you. How much better of a human being and a leader and a manager, whatever you want to think of anything, how much differently would you be with an increased mental health, even by 10%? You're going to be more graceful in your day-to-day actions. You're going to be more present. You're going to feel better. It's going to ripple into how you show up in your work. All I'm hearing is positive ROIs. How are you going to feel with reduced stress? I can only speak on myself. I'm a lot more uppity and better and happier when I have reduced stress. I can be more present. I can see things differently. huge ROI. Here's a practical tip that you could try during this holiday season of the year. Do a daily gratitude journaling. Just write down 3 things that you're thankful for. 3 things, that's all I'm asking. I am grateful that I have an able body that allowed me to go to the gym today. I'm grateful for this beautiful office that is all of 15 by 15, but it's everything that I need. It's the space that I need to create and to continue to build my business. I am grateful for the health of all of my family, my friends, my loved ones. I'm happy to see that everyone is doing healthy and is A-okay. If you want to challenge yourself with the gratitude journaling, go a layer deeper every time you write something down. Whatever that might look like, just ask yourself, what's a deeper piece of gratitude that I can share or I can write down? Why do you need to keep your mind at ease during the holidays? Let's think about that for a moment. What would it look like to have micro breaks for the mind, right? We can really be present when we don't let our mind continue to run and go back to all the things happening in the business world and things we should be doing, the projects we want to work on, and what Q1 2025 is going to look like. What would happen if we just kind of let all those thoughts ease out? And the only way we can do that is a couple thoughts would be: 1, building in intentional tech-free times during your day. I would encourage that not even just during the holidays with family and friends. I would encourage that in life and in your regular working days and weeks. And I'm sure there'll be a podcast about that for me coming soon if you haven't heard some of the other previous episodes. But what would it look like during these holidays to build in tech-free times? If you know you're going to be with your family for the entire day, how beneficial would it be to just not even feel the urge or the need to look at your email, to look at social media and see what else is happening in the world? How does it benefit you for seeing that email and knowing your brain is going to start thinking about the answer, but you're not going to respond to it right now because you know it's not the right time? Yes, the cell phones and technologies are incredible. It's an incredible tool. You can do so many amazing things with it. You can do a lot of really bad things with it. But we have to set these boundaries because that tool can also really take our presence by pulling our attention to other things. So what would it look like to build in these intentional tech-free times, especially Christmas Day, right? Let's use that as an example. If you celebrate Christmas, there's no need to be on the phone. There's no need to be seeing what your family or other friends and people are posting online, sitting in front of the Christmas tree with their presents. We don't need to see any of that. Then comparison, well, their Christmas tree looks better. They got all those gifts, blah, blah, blah. Why not just be present in the moment of where we are? The tech-free times can be huge during the holidays. You can also add in mindfulness, not only just meditation, which I'm a huge advocate for, but in those moments where you feel anxious and overwhelmed and you start to think about all the business things, or maybe it's the tough things that are happening, seeing family and tough conversations are happening, or whatever that looks like, right? We can control the internal. We can respond to the internal. So when the anxiety comes up, the overwhelm, quick breathing exercise. That's all it takes. Inhale for 4, hold for 4, exhale for 4. You can do that once, twice, 5 times, 10, whatever works for you. Just like this. Ready? Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Now that was in for 4, hold for 4, out for 4. I can rinse and repeat that as many times as I want. And every time that I do it, I do another round, I feel calmer, more at peace, more present. I can't lose. So what would it look like to incorporate that during the holiday breaks when you feel you need it? Another way to kind of take control of the mind and not let it control us with all the things happening externally is anchor yourself with rituals, right? With the family and the friends you're with. It could be as simple as a workout together, going on a walk together, doing a game night together, going to a local experience together, whatever that looks like. Something that's gonna help you stay present. But even in the moment of doing those things, we have to remind ourselves we must be present. We must be here right now. Holiday breaks really do serve as the perfect time to strengthen relationships. As I've said, the rest of the world is slowing down. You're with your family, you're with your friends. There's really not much else happening. So it is this perfect time of the year to really strengthen your relationships with family, friends, and loved ones. You get to spend time with them, and you can enjoy that time with them. We're always so busy, I myself included, so busy with all these other things happening, timing of year, right? As we get older, I'm finding it so much harder to actually schedule things in with people because everyone's just busier. We have more responsibilities. So the holidays can serve as this perfect time of year where everyone's in alignment. Yes, let's do that family dinner. Yes, let's celebrate Christmas together. Yes, let's do Thanksgiving together. It's this perfect time of year to actually double down on this aspect of our lives. Being present is a core piece of that, though. Being with the family and friends when we're with them. It's probably the worst feeling that I've experienced when, even outside the holidays, if I'm with, my parents, which I only see really twice a year, if I am not present with them when I'm there, I feel guilty. I feel bad. I see them all of maybe 15 days of the year out of 365. So I challenge myself in the holidays, especially, it's like, can I just commit to being with the people that I'm with and being fully there with them? Because this is only a few days of the 365. If I want to make up for these quote unquote lost days, I can do that in the new year. If I want to chip away on those first couple weekends in January, I can do it. But let me just be present with where I am, with who I am during this time. I think we undervalue the fact that relationships have been found to be a key to long-term happiness. Not money, not cars, not homes. Those are all just quick little dopamine hits that we've all experienced relative to where you are and who you are in your life. It's all the same. But the relationships are what provide that long-term happiness. There was a Harvard study of adult development that showed good relationships are the number one predictor of a fulfilling life. Not the new BMW, not the house in the hills, not flying private, none of those things. They're just quick dopamine hits. And yes, Bobby, it's easy to say that because I haven't gotten the jet yet, or I haven't gotten the BMW yet, but I know it's the thing. Well, my challenge and encouragement would be, think about something in your past where you were so eyes on the prize of getting it. Any material item you can think of. You had your eyes on it for a year, 2 years, 3 years, whatever. You get it, you get there. How quickly does that excitement, that feeling of dopamine start to disappear? Doesn't take long. It's eventually gone. And then you're back at zero, and then you're looking for the next dopamine hit. Relationships, family, friends, loved ones, it's consistent. It always is that refreshing filling up your cup when you're with the right people. Cherish these moments. Emails, pitches, they can wait. These memories are being created in these moments. So please, please, please enjoy it while you can. Now, I can hear some of you saying, but how do I go from off to on mode with work, right? We're fully present with family and friends and loved ones during the holidays. We're there with them. We're enjoying the time. But that anxiety creeps up. We start thinking about it in the moments leading up to going back to work, back to opening up our email inbox. How do we go back to work mode without all this anxiety? You can schedule in what I would call a pre-holiday planning session to organize post-break tasks. So maybe that Monday where you're gonna get back into gear, or it can be on a Thursday, whatever that date is that you're about to, step back into work mode, maybe just 3 or 4 hours the day before, or maybe just an hour the day before, you just very high level get in alignment with what are your priorities for tomorrow. Just the same way today is Monday, me recording this. I spent 15 minutes last night just thinking through what are the top priorities for tomorrow, just so I have a clear outline of what I need to do and what I want to get done. Maybe you do the same. Just outline a few key bubbles of what do you need to accomplish the next day. Create that realistic to-do list and give yourself grace when you go into that day. A few weeks ago, I came off of the Design Your Life Men's Retreat, the first retreat I've ever hosted. And that Monday back, felt some anxiety. A lot of emotion coming off of the retreat, a lot of things to catch up on since I took off Thursday and Friday of the last week. There's a lot of things to do, but I gave myself grace. I eased my way in. I didn't come in 100 miles an hour. I allowed myself to rebuild that momentum. Now that was just a 3 or 4 days off, right? What does it look like when you have a full week off? Maybe you take off 2 full weeks during the holidays. It's the same thing. It's easing our way back up. It's slowly rebuilding the momentum. It's setting realistic expectations. We're all about the sustainable consistency. You don't go out the gate of the marathon running your fastest mile. You ease your way into it. My best mile of the Boston Marathon was mile 23. It was my fastest mile. 3 miles away from the finish line, it was my fastest mile because I eased my way in through the marathon. And so I'd encourage you all to gently ease your way back in. Create the to-do list the day before. Be slow and smooth when you're stepping back into work. And just give yourself grace. Be kind to yourself. You just had all this time to rest, recharge. I promise you, once you give yourself that first week back in, things are going to start picking up. You're going to get back into that momentum and you're going to feel great. 2 final thoughts for you to sit with, to marinate on. Redefine success. A lot of you listening, I can almost guarantee, I may have never chatted with you via DM. We have never maybe spoken, but I could almost bet that your definition of success is all material, analytical based thinking. And I love that for you. I myself have a pillar of success, which can be defined for my business when I'm making X amount of dollars per month, when I'm working with X amount of brands. But if I dig deep, that's not how I define success. It's not just about professional goals. It's about cherishing those meaningful moments. Enjoying those moments with family, friends, and loved ones during these holidays while you can. Everyone else is doing it, so you might as well do it yourself. And lastly, this holiday season, give yourself the gift of just being fully present with those people. You're there. You're with them. The emails can wait. The posts can wait. Instagram and what's happening on there is irrelevant. You know, if you need to put a blocker on your social apps, do it. Just be present. Just enjoy the time with your loved ones and be there with them, because that time is going to, go by fast. 2025 is going to hit. You're going to get right back into all the things, pick up where you left off, and then you're off to the races. So you might as well enjoy that downtime while you can. If you enjoyed this app, please share it with a friend, share it on your Instagram story, tag me at Bobe, B-O, 3 B's, 4 A's, and a Y. I guarantee you there's someone in your network or someone you know that needs this episode, and help them have more grace in this holiday season for themselves. I also would like to invite you to my next Design Your Life Men's Retreat that is happening February 20th through the 23rd in Austin, Texas. It is going to be an incredible experience. I won't spend the next 5 minutes explaining it, but if that has your interest at all, I would encourage you to go to bobbyhobert.com, look under groups, look at the Austin Men's Retreat, and you can learn more info and apply. Thank you all for listening. I wish you nothing but an incredible holiday season, and just enjoy that time with family and friends. I wanted to record this around Thanksgiving because December just really does feel like the holidays. Family parties, holiday parties with companies. The whole month is really a celebration, and it's a great time of year with us going into 2025. So I'm wishing you all a wonderful holiday season, and thank you for tuning in.